Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Michael Labrador here and this is Ken. And together we're the Labradorks, where we talk about everything adulting, relationships, and topics that boggle the everyday millennial couple.
Ding! How to manage finances for the individuals who either are in serious relationships, who live together, who share bills together, who have financial goals together, all of that good stuff.
Make sure you watch all the way till the end because we do have one small special nugget that I think we've realized that we had this whole time. People sometimes oversee it. It's kind of interesting whenever we talk to people about it. It's always a touchy topic. You guys do that? Or no, we do that differently.
Or what do you guys do?
Yeah, it's always those types of conversations whenever this is brought up. A lot of people love to avoid this type of topic, especially when you are a new couple or just recently moving in together. And by serious relationship, we don't necessarily only mean if you're living together. We do know that there's a lot of couples out there who aren't in serious relationships, who don't live together. But this video and this topic is going to be mainly about those ones that do. Because there's a lot of couples who don't know what to do in these situations.
Michael. So just a little bit of a
Do it
backstory.
again.
Michael and I had different styles of managing our finances. Michael was a lot more structured and I was a lot more free-spirited, go with the flow. If I have money, let's make it rain. Everything was like in my head. That's where we realized that, we had to kind of change, create a different approach when it came to finances.
That actually allowed... yeah. We were actually very unorganized with how we used to manage our finances, especially living together. One person would end up paying more of one bill, or it was very confusing on who paid which bill. I actually paid Ken for this. We paid one
paid
bill.
for everything.
Okay. Okay. We didn't have a lot of the conversations that we needed to, but we'll get into that, where we now have a pretty good structure, at least in my opinion, that we wanted to share with everybody. We are now in a much better position.
It becomes just part of living together. It's not like the main focus. It's something that we wanted to prioritize in a way where we didn't have any hard feelings or
Confusion.
Exactly.
Disorganization. Pretty much.
easy peasy.
Pretty much. This is not me saying that this is the perfect way and this is the only way that everyone should be doing it. However, it is one way that has helped us, so we feel that it might hopefully help one of you.
So the first point we're going to be talking about is having that talk, that money talk that every couple needs to go through, whether it be awkward or not. And we pretty much laid everything out in the open. Debt was exposed, income was exposed.
This is hard for some couples. Some couples might not like to share that. I think you should. If you were in a serious relationship and deciding or considering a future together, that's something that you need to know. So at the time, we were both kind of running e-commerce businesses, so we were kind of just making money off of that. The money talk was kind of hard to have at the time.
And at the end of the day, if you trust the person, it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah. We started talking about how we should share it, and that helped us manage each other's expectations a little bit better. I'm very curious how other couples do this, but we actually split all our bills right in the middle.
I know some couples split it completely differently, where depending on your income level, whoever is pulling more money in pays a little bit more when it comes to responsibilities. But I'm curious to see why that stuff matters and what you guys do.
Yeah, so comment below. Let us know. We'd be very curious. Have to also talk about your financial goals, whether they're short-term or long-term. Does one person want to live in a house one day, or does one person want to retire in a different country, or what age the other person wants to retire in? So these are the types of conversations that you should have. What we did was we did talk about that. Both understood that we needed to kind of have a handle on things if we wanted to buy a house or if we wanted to get married, right? These are big ticket items that you're going to have in your life that you need to make sure you plan for.
So what I personally think is that every couple needs to either have 4 or 5 bank accounts. Each individual has their own, so that's he has his own, I have my own, so that's 2 accounts. Then we have our joint accounts where all of the bills get paid out of. And then we have 2 other accounts for long-term and short-term goals.
So after me and Ken had that conversation on our end, the next thing that we did was actually come up with a tool or find a way to manage this. It kind of sucked in the beginning because we didn't have anything. Remember?
Everything was memorized.
it wasn't working out. It was difficult to keep track. There were times where I felt that I was paying more. There was times where Ken felt she was paying more. We still don't know who was paying more at the time.
It was just very disorganized. Because Michael is an Excel wizard, he created a tool, which, by the way, you can download below for free to help you manage your finances.
Yeah, link below. What we did is actually start tracking all the money that we have coming in separately, taking a look at all the expenses that we have, taking a look at all the money that comes in, and really just looking at the final number after putting everything away. Now that we had opened our own account, we were able to funnel all of those bill payments or bill money into that one account, and that one account will pay all the bills. The next thing is actually projecting it to know how much money you're going to have at the end of 2020, let's say. You have to project, all your income and all your bills that you're going to be expected to pay 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the line. As part of that spreadsheet down below, you'll be able to actually see the spreadsheet, looking forward for the next year or two. That's what we've done.
It's super cool and super easy. It's helped us a lot.
You can actually even plan out at the end of the year, will you have enough money for this specific thing? A perfect example is if you're looking to buy a house. A year down the line, you want to buy a home. You want to know how much down payment you're going to have at that time that you put your offer down. Some people usually have a savings balance and they put a certain money away. They don't even see it, which is actually a really good practice. If that's not you, then this is another way to do it. I think it started to happen when we first wanted to go to Costa Rica. It's one of our first trips that we planned together.
We didn't have to make too many adjustments or figure out where our money was coming from because it was already there. It was pre-planned for.
Yeah.
So if we decided to go on vacation, it was like, boom, all our vacation funds were done.
Yeah. The one thing that this helps you with by planning ahead is knowing how much pocket money you'll have. So yeah, that's the reason why I started projecting it, because we like to go on vacation. Right. Yeah, one big reason. The other thing that's helped us is using an email system. So me and Ken both work in the financial industry. So we are in our respectable companies, it's always about tracking and making sure there's paper trail. So we have paper trail, and it's funny, our friends think we're crazy for doing this, but we send each other emails whenever we move money to that joint checkings account. Yeah. So we have an email chain of about a year worth, exactly how much money is going in, what it's for, which account number. She can't even me put the last 4 digits of the account number.
And what I love about this is that everything is just organized. One of the biggest reasons why people get divorces is because of finances.
Yeah.
And this tool has helped us to avoid
divorce.
Not divorces, but any misunderstandings or any situations where it might cause confusion. Like, you can never argue about you didn't pay for this or I paid for that or this and that.
There's my email.
Exactly. And we're not like that as a couple, but it's cool that we kind of have that just to avoid that, just in case.
So we know we will never fight because we'll lose. Here's an example of what it looks like so you can see it. Feel free to use it. It's been useful. Hopefully it's useful for you. So what we started to do was we created another spreadsheet that actually tracked all the bills. So we have all the different bills every single month. We have it split by Ken and Mike.
Such a
So
nerd.
whenever we put the money into the account for that particular month, we check it and say, oh, Ken has paid her half of the rent this month. Or I have paid the half of the phone bills this month.
Yes. But obviously, if you're not OCD like us,
it might be overkill.
And it's an awesome way to just be organized and just be aware of where your finances are going.
Yes.
And I think that's the point that we're trying to bring home is that, organization is key, which also leads to less misunderstandings.
That's right. I know what I'm saying right now sounds very complicated. It's actually not. You sit down 20, 30 minutes, one day for the whole year, and you just follow it, right? As you go, you highlight it saying that it's complete. It's a simple highlight, color, e-transfer, done, right?
Yeah.
It takes us maybe 5-10 minutes?
Yeah. So, for example, Michael and I use these tools either the day of or the following day from when we get paid.
Yeah, so we don't use it.
Exactly. So we use it right away.
Shopping. There's actually one last point, the golden nugget that we wanted to share with you. There's one thing I think through just doing this for the last 4 to 5 years, some people may oversee finding a mentor or finding someone that you can look up to that has kind of gone through this, who are successful as well, to be able to have a conversation with in case you and your significant other run into a situation.
A lot of people don't realize that having a good mentor can help down the road. Yeah, they may not know it. It's just random people that you just feel like, okay, I can go to this person whenever I have any questions or... So it can be your parents, it can be your siblings, it can be anyone that you're comfortable with when it comes to finances.
Things that you have to think about when you're thinking about this mentor is, some things that would tick the box for what would be a good mentor is someone that you see yourself following when you're older, or someone with a good track record, someone who's successful. There's someone who you're willing to share information with. Ours is actually a couple from the gym. I'm not going to mention any names, but it's a couple from the gym who have built a successful business where one of them still actually works a very successful corporate job. They might, like I said, they may not know it, but they are people that we look up to. We like to bounce ideas off of them and actually ask them about certain things, because we're a young couple who have probably, is following in their footsteps. So it's always good to have that one person to bounce ideas off of. This is not to say that our friends' opinions and information is not useful, right? They're actually probably the first set of people that we would go to, but it's also good to have that additional person to give you another perspective, right? Because not everyone wants to go to their parents.
And although your friends may mean well, good intentions don't always mean good advice, right? And although your friends' intentions may be good, it may not work for you because you guys are in both different situations.
Goods.
Very nice.
Do you like this?
Oh yeah, so good. So that's it from us. Thank you guys for watching and really taking in what we have to say. Whether you find it interesting or not, whether it's for you or not, but we really do appreciate the time being spent with us.
Thank you for actually staying this long with us and watching till the end. It means a lot to us. So like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget. And if you have any questions for us, mention in the comment section below. We'll make sure that we answer right away. And don't forget, there's some downloads down below that you can use. And bye for now.